All right. Welcome back to the God Vibration Secret Terror Dome of Peace and War. All right. I don't have any channel messages. I'm hearing free balling in the spirit. Free balling in the spirit. Okay. Someone is in super flow. All right. Scorpio, Capricorn, Libra. Very mysterious energy, very mystical, sort of etheric energy. Okay. Scorpio. Uh, who's the other one, man? Capricorn and Libra. Pisces. Very stealth like energy, okay? Taurus. All right. Whoever this is an alchemist. This is a master of their craft, okay? This is a creator. Four of Wands. There's something that needs to be cleared up, all right? Something needs to be cleared up. Eyes of the eagle, rising above the fray. Something needs to be cleared up. A space, an environment, a thought pattern, an energy, communication, okay, or some sort of sight. Something could have been blurry. Something could have been out of sync, okay? Something wasn't flowing in its maybe natural or correct pattern, and that is being cleared up. That needs to be cleared up. Eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. So spirit is on it, okay? Spirit is on it. You could have gotten some sort of positive omen, okay? Some sort of really good omen. We have Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Didn't I say something needs to be cleared? The blur could be this upheaval because it's that portion of the process where something is being swept, okay? And as it's being swept out, there are dust particles rising in the air as it's being swept out, but there's being a cleanse within the space, okay? So dead spaces are being woken up. I don't know why it's coming through in that way, but dead spaces, because the spaces were stagnant, okay? Maybe they were appearing dead, they were appearing lifeless, or maybe they were, right? Even the energy of fallen leaves, okay? And them being swept away. Because at some point, yeah, maybe there was life in it as it fell, but then over time, after it had fallen, it started to dry, shrivel up. You get what I'm saying? These are those spaces being swept out so that renewal can happen. The space is being cleared so that new trees can grow, right? These are weeds being removed. All right. Horseman, herald of change. The farther gate, bold step forward. Hi, y'all. So someone's taking a bold step forward. You see how the light is shining through? I'm seeing that as the energy being swept, being cleansed, being cleared. Okay? I said something needs to be cleared out. So this could have been the clearing of a passageway, a blockage. Okay? Something wasn't able to pass. And now we have a clearance. You moved out of stagnation, right? You see that? That's what you left behind. A dust devil. So for some of you, I'm seeing it. You left behind a space that always wanted to kick up dust. You see the way the horseman is, right? The horse is galloping in the air, right? This could have literally been a toxic space that you were connected to. Maybe you're still connected to it, but understand the essence of this energy, of this message. Being in a certain framework with a unit that constantly tries to create the renewal of dust in the air. Someone always starting drama or trying to invoke fear or trigger you or pull at things from the past in order to, right? Woo-hoo, right? This could be some sort of ghost of the past. That they try to kick up dust in order to maybe keep you in a certain mindset, right? Remember. Okay, that's what the energy is feeling as though. It feels as though it's old ass energy, right? Some sort of obsolete system. And it's sending out its ghouls, it's sending out its goblins of fear. Okay, Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls, the monkey who always wanted to cause mayhem. And yeah, so teaming up with all the bad guys. And see, it's being watered down to the Powerpuff Girls. And mind you, that's an amazing cartoon, right? It's a great TV show. But, anywho, so Mojo Jojo, right? He hooking up with the with the Gangrene gang and who else? The one who lived on a large acre of land all by himself, and he always wanted people to get off my property, right? He had no understanding. He didn't want to communicate properly. He just wanted the world to get away from him. But then he also loved attention, so it was his poison. The Powerpuff Girls, they went to school with another little girl. I can't remember what that character's name is. And she was Daddy's little princess, and she wanted to be a Powerpuff Girl. But, you know, she wasn't. And so she was upset, and she told her daddy, and blah blah blah. He bought her all sorts of things to fly and shoot laser beams and this and that. And the Powerpuff Girls cut her ass in the front of her daddy. But anyway, the point of this is about an energy. Yeah. So they're really childish. They're childish. They love games. They love animation. They love bright lights and fun googly oogly things. And they love excitement. They love the zing of life, okay? And so, yeah, they will be mischievous and they will do things in order to get a reaction out of you, right? Because, again, they're like a mischievous child, okay? So these are the sort of energies. They kick up dust. They remind you of things from the past. And even if it's not that childish of a person, and this is a more mature person, this is someone, they'll be spiteful. And they will use that spite as humor. They want to create a blockage. The blockage possibly being creating some sort of self doubt within you, okay? Or fear or anxiety or anything that can just break you a bit, knock you down a peg, slow you down some. Slow you down for what, right? We have the farther gate, bold step forward. You have a complete clear way of a pathway that leads you to who knows where, right? They can't pinpoint it, but they, okay, again, what is this for? I don't think they know. I don't think they know. Persons that are trying to, okay, if this is resonating with you, persons that may be trying to trigger you or, right, stir up something in a way to cause you to feel in a lower energy. They don't have anything to do for real. Because that is something that is at the top of their priority. And that's a fact. Okay, whatever these persons are trying to do to you, this is something that is at the top of their priority list. If they created a to-do list every single day, you in the top two things. Right? Outside of getting up, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, if you took the basics out of the choices of what their to-do list is, right? You top two. What would the second one be? I have no idea. See, you're not there. They're trying to be here. And because they can't be here, they're trying to create disturbances for whatever you have here. They don't know what they're doing, other than knowing that they're trying to create a disturbance. That they know. They know that they're trying to create chaos. They're trying to cause you to, right? I don't know. Retaliate. They're looking for you to retaliate against whatever it is that they're trying to affect in your life. And what keeps happening is that they keep missing every single time. And it's hard to believe, right? It's hard to believe that you're all missing it, literally. That's hard for you to get. Because, again, they're joining forces and they're literally cross-referencing and realizing We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. How can we all be wrong? See, you're the energy that's meant to be delusional because everyone else is in cahoots and agreement. They're covered in dirt. It's just me and you. Hi. Thanks for being here. Okay. Now let's tap on in, on in, on in. On in, on in, on in, on in. Four of Wands is at the bottom. Let's begin. Four of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Someone could have gotten a wish granted, okay? Something that they were hoping for. They didn't lose faith on it, okay? Five of Swords is at the bottom. What were they hoping for? We have the Magician. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. Maybe someone didn't want something to work out for you. Okay, maybe someone didn't want something to work out for you. And I said that their wish is being granted. So maybe something didn't work out for you. Ten of Wands. Okay. Ten of Wands, Three of Cups, Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles. Someone was trying to send someone towards you. Okay, they wanted someone to come towards you to give you a good time. And then they wanted them to, they were going to create some sort of, again, they wanted to create a blockage. This Ten of Wands, this is some sort of block. They wanted to be able to create a block for you, right? By, again, sending someone in towards you, someone that they thought that you would have been attracted to, you would have opened up to, you would have had a good time with, let your guard down, tell them all your, you know, spill the beans, spill your guts, tell it all, da 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 da. And this was someone, this was someone who was probably, there was some sort of, you know, liaison for a reporter or some sort of PI. You get what I'm saying? Something in that light. And they sent this person towards you, hoping that you would have fall for the tomfoolery and that they would have been able to extract the information from whoever this King of Pentacles is to the person that was trying to do it. All right? King of Swords. So these could be two masculines. We have the Strength at the bottom. A Queen of Swords. An Eight of Pentacles. Okay, a King of Swords paid a King of Swords paid a King of Pentacles to go towards a Queen of Swords because he wanted to extract information. This could have either been some sort of intel, right? Now, I don't know what their relation is, the King of Swords to the Queen of Swords. They're the same suit, but they could be work associates, right? And maybe someone lost trust or faith, or someone had suspicion about their partner, and they went behind their part instead of going to their partner to find out, because the the information of the case or whatever this is was sensitive, that he went behind his partner's back. So the King of Swords went behind the Queen of Swords back, hired a PI, this King of Pentacles, to go towards her. He tried to hire someone that he felt she would have been attracted to. Okay, again, he wanted her to be in a space where she would let her guard down and become maybe even vulnerable, because with this being the Queen of Swords suit, this is a feminine. She's very astute, very on her game, very sharp, okay? Her head is above the clouds. She's not with the bird shit, right? So, yeah. With that being said, this King of Swords seems as though he's the one who's not trustworthy. Maybe he was trying to frame her for something. He was trying to set her up. He's the one who can't be trusted. He's doing all of this behind her back, right? Because maybe, again, the way I just described her, he wanted to be able to incriminate her for something. He wanted to be able to lower her status. He wanted to be able to, right? Maybe they are partners and he didn't want to be partners, especially the fact that she's a feminine. He didn't want to be seen as an equal to her. He didn't want her. This is a masculine. He doesn't have respect for women. He sees them as possessions or inferior, okay? I said they don't seem to be together. But they seem to be the same suit. He ain't with that. He wanted to be able to embarrass her because she's a woman. This is facing the Queen of Swords. He's behind her back. This is about her success, her money, her income, her methods. He wanted to be able to devalue her. He was trying to set her up. Three of Cups with the Knight of Wands. It didn't work. He didn't anticipate her strength. He doesn't even respect her more now. He's actually more intimidated. It humbled him, but not because of respect. This is shame. This is shame. Because he now knows that she knows. And with her back being to him still, she never addressed him about it. She just let him sit in it. In his own bird shit that he tried to smear on her and couldn't. This is someone they're trying to get it off of them and they can't understand why won't it come off? Because it's you. Can't take you off of you. It's not an attachment, it's you. So no, this situation here, this is not a twin flame. This situation here, this is just a disrespectful man. A misogynist. We have the Chariot. You know what I want to say? Sometimes you yourself, you're guilty of shielding yourself by mirroring their energy back to them to keep them comfortable. Okay, that's something that you do. I'm being guided here to say, don't do that, right? When they express an energy that doesn't match yours, leave that right there. And simply show them yourself. Okay? We have the Star sideways. I feel as though there's an illusion that has been shattered. Page of Cups. And this is now the sprout of something new. Okay? This Page of Cups, I'm seeing a green sprout coming out of the soil. Okay? This is a good omen. This is a good sign. Seven of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. Someone's worried. They're concerned about an investment. Or they're concerned about something that's taking a while to come in. We have the High Priestess. We have the Hierophant. The Six of Swords. They didn't anticipate your support. They didn't anticipate your relationship, okay? Someone's concerned they don't have another chance, okay? Someone's concerned that whatever you're doing, you're in it for the long run. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is someone being worried about the fact that you're grounded, you're rooted, right? Within your higher level being, okay? With the Hierophant and the High Priestess, that's your masculine and feminine energy being balanced within the highest, okay? Super, right? The energy you're within supersedes any space that you have embodied in the spirit, okay? You're in a very healthy space, right? So it concerns them. It concerns them because you're not in need of them. I don't know if they're waiting around for you to need something or want something or ask for something, right? Someone could be waiting on you to ask them for help, ask them for, I don't know, they want you to ask them for things. If you want to do something for a person, simply do it. don't wait around for them to have to ask you for something. What is that? I don't know if this is someone feeling as though they want to feel needed by you. They want to feel wanted by you, but they feel as though you're in a position where you're not in need and you're not in want, right? And I think that the concern for them is that they don't know what's going on with you, right? But whatever it is that they're wanting to fulfill for you, they feel as though what they're wanting to fulfill for you is not something that you can actually fulfill for yourself. And if you're not in a space where you're asking them or wanting that from them, then for them, they feel as though that means that they're getting supplied elsewhere, right? Maybe they are not in the knowing of where that may be or if that is true. That bothers them because, again, they don't know. And if they did know, right? It's really about they want it to be them. This person is concerned that they're not in your life in the way that they want to be, and that it means that someone else is. And if it's not, that's okay. And if it's not that it's about someone else, then they're still concerned because they want to know if it ain't about someone else, then why isn't it them? Why won't you let it be them? Six of Swords. You're not choosing them, but they want to know why. They don't know. This person don't know you, and I don't know how come they feel like they know you so much. This is crazy. And again, I did say you are guilty of mirroring this person back to them. So sometimes you just go along even when it's not real, even when it's not true. You go along with it because you don't necessarily care for them to know you. And you're okay with their perception of you. And when you realize what their perception of you is, you kind of, right? You either kind of just let it whatever, or you just, you just, oh, yeah, sure. I mean, right? Not necessarily even saying, you don't say yes or no. I feel as though you suggest, sure. Because that is energy to go back and forth with a space that, again, they're concerned about why you're not choosing them. So this is a space you're not choosing, but they're wanting your choice of them in particular ways. Right? You know when you go out and a guy asks you for your number, and you'd say, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," even if you don't have a boyfriend. It's kind of that. If they're like, oh, you gotta, I'm sure, or if they're lying to you, their line to you is, oh, you look so good. I bet you got a man, right? You just let them. Okay. It's that. All right, wherever this is. This was at the bottom and it still came out. The Six of Swords. You don't owe persons. First of all, you don't owe no one. You literally don't owe no money. All you got is your bills that you gotta pay. And you pay them. There's no individuals out here that you owe energy to, time, voice, money. No. No one, you don't got no loan out, no, none, no. You're not in debt. So you don't owe anyone any explanation. You are debt free. You don't have to chit chat and small talk with a stranger because they see you and they find you attractive or da 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 da. You don't have to you don't have to now share with them your life story because this is someone saying, showing you that they find you attractive. Thank you. You can say thank you, mean thank you, and then that's whatever, right? You don't have to tell them your life story, and now just because someone sees you doesn't mean that you were God sent to them, right? Maybe that moment was just that moment. People be thinking that because, they come across you that, oh, this is who I'm meant to be with. Could you not? Right? We got the moon. Six of Pentacles. Three of Swords. The Eight of Wands. Someone feels as though they get taken for granted. Maybe because of their quiet nature. It could be a space where, because you have a quiet nature, people may believe that it means you're easily moved, when that's actually far from the truth with the energy that I'm connecting to. I feel as though, I don't know. I see something here, but this energy isn't worth prying into. It's not worth dissecting or picking apart. Sometimes persons, they only want to get close enough in order to manipulate you. And it's really unfortunate because, again, certain doors that they do have to their energy may be really decent, right? And even relatable. But then you get too close, you spend too much time, and other doors begin to open that you're not meant to be behind. And so it causes you to remove yourself from spaces in that manner because you're not here to pick and prod people apart about who they are. And that's what would end up happening. And maybe, that's a part of the culture, but you're not making that your own. I'm okay. So what I'm hearing really is thanks, but no thanks. Five of Wands. We got the Justice. We have the Star. We have the Ten of Cups. We got the Emperor. Okay. the position that you're in, right, with the Justice, the Ten of Cups, the Star, and the Emperor. I started this off with saying something about this is an alchemist. Okay, this is someone that has mastered themselves. This is self mastery. You're going to be really proud of yourself for some of the things that you are accomplishing in your life at this time. There are things that you're working on and that you're completing in your life at this time when it comes to your growth, okay, spiritually, when it comes to your wisdom, when it comes to your financial growth as well, when it comes to the safety and the sanctity of your family. There are things that you have been grounding in your life, okay? There are practices that you have been partaking in on a daily basis that has been reinforcing protection in your life, love in your life, God into your life, okay? And so, yeah, you're going to be really proud of yourself because you are going to be seeing with your own two eyes, not just your third eye, right? You're going to be seeing with your own two visual, physical eyes the things that you have been cultivating and achieving in your life, okay? You're going to shock and amaze yourself with your own output. Someone could be very stylish, okay? You, your status, okay? Yeah, it's improving. I'm getting the energy of a stylist, style icon, okay? Someone who is very influential. It could be a very, I feel as though you're resonating with something in your mind right now. You know what it is that you're feeling and what you're, okay, connecting to within this moment. So yeah, just go with that, with whatever that thought that you're having is. We have here the Tower. The Devil. The devil lost his footing. The World, the Seven of Cups. Someone tried to send you some sort of emotional manipulation, okay, and it didn't work. It's almost as though there was an energy that thought that you would have just gotten back on board with things and that you would have, right, just conceded, okay? Four of Cups. They tried to offer you something. Someone tried to give you an offer. Someone tried to bribe you, okay, to again get back on some sort of a roller coaster, okay, and to re enter some sort of unhealthy, some sort of toxic cycle, okay, Five of Swords energy. They're feeling defeated. They're feeling as though they ran out of options. This energy, they realize that you are stuck in a space. You're stuck in a space of winning. You're stuck in a space of a winner's mindset. So for you, you're doing whatever it is that's going to improve your life. They're realizing that what it is that they're wanting from you are things that are going to take away from your energy. So it's very difficult to trick you, right? Because it requires you giving your energy away. This is now causing them to work twice as hard in order to, hello, okay, right? It's like looking for some sort of human response from a machine. Expecting warmth from iron. And you can get warmth from iron if you heat it. Then that burns. So these are persons, they're wanting to be burnt. What the hell is this? Hell. Spiritually, if you saw this spiritually, these people are in hell and they're trying to drag you to hell with them. And if it wasn't you and if it was someone else that they felt as though was in an energy that was, they'd be pulling on that person too. If you're feeling pulled on by certain energies, that's because that's the sort of mindset that they have about you. They see you as something above them. That's why they got to pull, right? You're either ahead of them or you're above them. They got to pull you. If you're pulling, that means that you're pulling something from forward, backward. So if you're in a position where you feel as though people are pulling on you, that is because they feel as though you're higher than them, you're further ahead than them, you're faster than them. They think that you're better than them. They're pulling on you because they think you're better. Period. I'm right back. Let me get my Sprite. All right. Ooh, she is frozen. Don't forget you. What you talking about? All right, let's see what else. King of Wands is at the bottom. King of Cups. Five of Pentacles. I mean, I don't know why I had this song so often. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he trying to get that money for the rent. When the Cadillac and gas money spent. and a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. Okay? He losing his hoes, baby. His hoes is running off, starting families, falling in love, going independent. The fuck is going on in this world? That's how he feels. This fell on top of the Knight of Wands with the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles with the King of Cups. Okay. And there could be someone higher up that he has to, okay, answer to. This King of Cups could be, he could be working for a King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles could actually be, okay, the Don Juan, right? And he works for him. And he works for him as the pimp for the hose. But the hose, I don't know. You got Five of Pentacles energy. It ain't working out the way it used to. Page of Wands. So, they're not getting enough money. Ten of Swords. Right? These women, they be running away from this King of Cups. They be getting away because, right? They escape. They escape and they start a new life. Because of the treatment, they get treated really poorly. Pay, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever. It all manifests into the physical where it puts them in Five of Pentacles energy. Maybe they don't even care about their health and their safety, right? The King of Cups could possibly not really care about the health and the safety of these women. And he could have been allowing abusive or unwell patrons to come towards the women and putting them in predicaments where whatever money they were getting, they were turning around and having to use that money to go and sort themselves out. You get what I'm saying? If they got beat up, if they got sick, if they got hurt, whatever the situation is, they would then have to take time off, can't get paid, or they would have to take their money to get medicine in order to, heal their wounds for whatever it was they were going through. And then he was expecting a large percentage of their money, right? Where are we? These women, they scattered. They plotted, they planned, they got away. So now they're free. They're somewhere. They're in anonymous energies, right? This Three of Cups here. Because technically they were victims and they are now survivors. This King of Cups, on the other hand, he has to answer to the King of Pentacles, who don't give a good goddamn about the well-being of those women. He saw them as cargo. He saw them as cargo. So all he's worried about is his money. And the King of Cups got to answer to the King of Pentacles about the missing money. Because he don't got the girls no more. The King of Cups is an energy that is in debt to the King of Pentacles. See, you may not be in debt. This King of Cups is. The Hangman. I just heard sounds like he gotta go be a hoe now, right? He lost the women. He gotta go sell his own tail to get the money. He gotta go see what it feels like to be abused, to be beat upon. So he gotta now be the bitch. Those same men, those same patrons that he didn't care, that was abusing these women and talking to them any kind of way and treating them any kind of way and getting them sick or, hurting their bodies. He didn't care. He just cared about the money, getting the money. He's gonna now be the bitch. He's gonna now be the hoe. He's gonna now be the nigga in a lace wig, okay, getting done up and done out. You get what I'm saying? Sorry. He gotta doll himself up now and be with those same men. So I hope you been saving up your money because you're gonna need it for the medicine, for the doctor's fees, for the time off, for the shrink. We got the Queen of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. Four of Wands. Why is the King of Wands in the reverse? The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, they're a match. The Three of Pentacles means that they're working together with something. He's in the reverse and she's in the upright. The Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, but why is he in the reverse? Clarify the King of Wands in the reverse. I said they're working together. These could be associates. All of these people seem to be in the same building. I don't know if they're at cubicles, if this is a office building that has different floors and different departments. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, even though he's in the reverse. The Empress. But then we have the Death. The Empress, the Death, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords. Maybe this is a union. They do work well together, or they're working together, right? I don't know. He could have certain personal habits, but when he's on the job, he's professional. Tell me more about the King of Wands in the reverse. Page of Pentacles sideways. I don't know. Is this an actor? This could be a paid actor, and he's being paid to act a certain way. Five of Cups. Something here. I don't know. There's something off about him. There's something off about this King of Wands. He's in the reverse. This Wheel of Fortune, he could have done some sort of scam. This is a scammer. He's a scammer, okay? Where are my scamming ass niggas at? Spending their money fast with the Wheel of Fortune. boosting bitches where y'all at. Go getting your Goya bag. This is scammer. Okay, so this is someone. I don't know where he got the money or how he got the money, but he got some money and it was just for the attention. It was just for the clout. It was just for, right? These are the guys that they come up in the club and they come really late. They come to the club really late. And once they get to the club, they don't want to throw the money unless there's a lot of people, they want a crowd. Okay, so this is the type of masculine, this is the type of person. They want a crowd to be there when they throw money. So yeah, even if it's not that they have it all the time, when they do get it, they flaunt it. You get what I'm saying? So maybe this person, they did that, but then by the time that they did throw the money, it wasn't even much. That's why the Five of Cups energy is here. This person was just looking for clout, attention. Okay. They were looking for people to talk about them. Four of Wands, Knight of Swords. This didn't affect your personal life. I feel as though this is the energy. This is a slow night at the club. Because again, even though this person came in, they was a scammer. They came in, they showing you they got money, they ordering all of these wands, but they ain't really throwing them. It's that. Ugh. It's that. And then they want to be talking about come home with them. Can't they have your number? Do you got a boyfriend? We got the Judgment in the reverse. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you as well. Smell? I don't know what that means. All right, we got the Page of Wands with the Judgment in the reverse. I think people be wanting you to judge them. People be doing things or saying things or acting in ways because they want to see what you'll say. They want your opinion. They want your feedback. Okay? Sometimes people be wanting you to fuck them up. Woo! Sometimes you're calm and you're at peace and you're unbothered and you're out of the way and maybe you're even unseen, really quiet. They don't always want you to bite at them, but they be wanting you around. And then when they do get to have you around and you're at peace and they realize, okay, they're here and they're just at peace, then they start to want to stir shit up because people be bored. I think, okay, bored. All right, bored. People be bored in their own life. And your peace is not exciting them enough. As if you owe them excitement, as if it's your job to make them feel a type of way. Yeah. Ace of Swords. I don't know why I'm adjusting myself. Ain't nothing I could do. Seven of Wands. And something about an arm brace, okay? A compression brace. What is this? I don't know who this is. Seven of Wands with the Four of Swords. Someone isn't, okay, someone isn't taking care of themselves well, or Nine of Wands. Someone is funky, okay? There's a funky energy. I don't know if their energy is funky because of their attitude, or they have a stench, okay? Ace of Pentacles. I don't think that you noticed this before about this person. Someone is realizing that someone that is around them, or I don't know how they're connected to this person, has an odor. Okay, there's an odor. That's the word, odor. Knight of Cups. The Sun, the Ace of Cups. The Sun and the Ace of Cups is the scent of perfume. It's the scent of floral, or okay, or if it's a man, it's sandalwood or something musky, right? I don't know what this is about, but okay, imagine being with someone that smells amazing to you. Whatever they wear, however they wash themselves, or just their natural aroma, you enjoy, you love, you, right? You fuck with it. And then you're in that connection, you're in that space, you're enjoying that element and that energy, and then someone with a scent or with an odor, someone tries to come towards you and get to you and connect to you in that way that you have with the nice smelling space, and this person has an odor. And not only that, they're trying to offend the person that you're actually with. That's what this seems, okay? The odor could literally be, I said, I don't know if they have an odor, if it's their attitude. So one of the two, or all of the above. Someone with a funky energy tried to offend someone with a pleasant energy to you, okay? They try to offend someone that you care about for you. You get what I'm saying? They tried to do it for you. For it was really for themselves because of whatever they're feeling, but whatever they're feeling about you, they did it towards a person that you care about in the name of you sort of shit. So it created an odor. And now they caused themselves to be a repellent to you because of their own poison that they create, right? They created that, right? That mist of fog and stank. Okay, I'm hearing stank. We have the Empress. Someone tried to shoot lasers at an Empress with the Ten of Pentacles. This is them. Here's the stank. Seven of Swords. They thought that you would have allowed it to happen, and you boldly showed them otherwise. You have the Temperance. All right, what else? We have the Two of Pentacles. Something is in flux, okay? We have the Eight of Swords. All right, I think I'm going to close out from this. Maybe we're not meant to clear this. Or it is clear. Something has been cleared. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. All right, so I am hearing that it has been cleared. I did say at the very beginning of this reading that it feels as though someone was trying to create a blockage. They were never actually able to create it. So there wasn't actually anything to clear other than maybe the air, right? But as in terms of creating a blockage that impedes you from moving forward with a project, moving forward with a connection, moving forward with a space that you're working on, things of that nature, there is no blockage. There's no obstacle in the way. You have access in. You get what I'm saying? They may not, but you do. And that's probably what it was really about, right? People could be jealous of the fact that you can enter into certain spaces and they don't get, even if they, two things. Either they're not able to enter into that space at all, or if they enter into that space, what they see when they get there is not what's there when you get there. They don't get the same availabilities. They don't get the same options. They don't get the same responses. They don't get the same energy. They don't get the same feeling. They don't get the same resonance. They don't get it. So it's all about them comparing what they get to have versus what you get to have. People are choosing to do that. People are choosing to put themselves in a comparative mindset, in a competition. They're choosing to create it. They're choosing to make it a figment of their own imagination. That's the life that they're wanting to live. You don't have to stop that from happening. You just won't be a member within their mind. And they're going to be able to see who it is that's going to tag along and hitch their wagon to them in order to play that game with them. And that's okay because that means that they get to fulfill their lifestyle of whatever it is that they're into. They don't get to have you doing it with them, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's read Eye of the Eagle, rising above the fray. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Protection, inheritant trust, rising above the fray. The eyes of the eagle offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead to see the unfolding of destiny before it all manifests as reality. The eagle's extraordinary vision allows it to spot the tiny mouse from its lofty perspective as it flies thousands of feet into the atmosphere. In a similar fashion, you too can train your keen eye to discern the workings of humans. Eyes of the Eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. The eagle flies above all creatures. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected. You can fly high above the judgment slings and arrows and the darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with the pigeons over crumbs. Trust that you are ready for whatever fortune has placed before you, even if you feel not yet properly equipped to meet its challenges. Your willingness to say yes to spirit has nothing to do with how well outfitted you are. Hesitating, on the other hand, will suck the air from under your wings and make you lose altitude. You are called now to trust your heart and your instincts, to move fearlessly and not waver. The time is right, and no harm can come your way if your motives are pure and you act courageously. What's so interesting is that at the beginning of this reading, I said, I don't have any channeled messages. I didn't get a channeled message. Nothing was coming through. Not until I really, touched the dice, started shuffling, right? And I said yes. I said the word yes, I believe, at the beginning of this reading. And I said that we were just going to allow spirit to flow, right? And this says your willingness to say yes to spirit, right, has nothing to do with how well outfitted you are. At some point, I was even adjusting my outfit, and I said, "There's nothing more I can do," right? So yeah, this is just confirmation that you are in the right place at the right time. Um, And yeah, have the courage to do what it is that you need to do to get to where it is that you're wanting to go, right? You don't have to overexert yourself. Just be present. Be present and flow. Okay? So we're going to tap in with the guardian angel messages. All right? Let me take a little break. So I've been talking. I don't know how long that part of the reading is going to be because we didn't even go through the whole deck, but I was guided that that was that, right? For those of you who didn't start at the beginning, we did start off with the shaman messages. So we already did our shaman messages, received our wisdom. We just went through our reading. And now we're going to go in with some guardian angel, tapping with the higher realm, a little bit of spiritual cord, if you will. And yeah. It's clear. Let's get the 5 most potent signs at this time. Leo, Gemini, Virgo. Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra. Libra. Let's do a 6th one. For some reason, I was ready to call another one out. Cancer, okay? We have ego. That's the devil at the bottom. Knight of Air, Nine of Water, sideways. Someone wants the attention that you receive. The Dreamer. Or maybe they don't want you getting, I don't know. Either they want the attention that you receive, or they don't want you getting the attention that you receive. Ten of Air. Okay? All these swords around you, they don't want these eyes on you. They don't want this attention on you. They don't want, right? If these are suitors, if these are men, and they are attracted to a feminine, one of these masculines, they feel as though they should be the one to get all of the attention from you, or the most, or the special attention. They want to be the one to stand out, right? They're trying to create a space that means more than others, than the connections that you have with others. Renewal. This is the Judgment. They want you to let your guard down. They want you to feel safe. They want you to feel as though the Magician, that you could trust them, that you have what you need with them, that you don't need to look any further. Six of Fire. The World. The Seven of Air. You could be someone, you're comfortable, you're successful, you're self-reliant, but they want you to feel as though you need them. Or that's how they want to feel. They want to feel needed by you. I feel as though we've already had this conversation. So let's keep going, because someone's trying to small talk with you. Okay, this is someone attempting small talk, and you rejected it. You're not going to small talk with this person. Justice. I'm hearing that's fair. You don't owe these people. I feel like I keep saying that. Okay, the Emperor. I don't know if you're in Emperor energy, or you are, right? Not that you're in the energy. Maybe you're an Emperor, right? Maybe you're a man. About a man. I was saying this could be a man who wanted to be the special one, right? But this could be about a man. Maybe he's getting attention from feminines. There's a feminine, she wanted to be the special one, or I don't know, right? But it's because of who he is. They're wanting those things because of who this masculine is, or because of how he appears. Okay. I'm hearing pick me. Ego. And he feeds into this, by the way. I don't want you to think that he's some sort of victim here. He's not a victim. If this is about a masculine, and these are and these are feminine that are running down behind him, and you know, there's a feminine, she wants to be, I didn't realize I was all in my everything. There's a feminine, and she wants to be his feminine. She wants to be his feminine. She wants to be the da 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 da. Okay, he could be surrounded, right? Surrounded. They all want him. I don't know, how come there are so many emperors just walking around and all these women just flocking after them, but okay. So that's what this is. But this strokes his ego. He enjoys it. She's thinking that because she's beating down his door, because she's doing all of this, because he likes it, right? He likes the attention. She's thinking because he does, that means that she'll get picked. She's the special one. He don't like you. He likes the attention. He likes you doing that and you stirring up all that shit, right? For all these other bitches. And really it's for him. That's what it is that he wants. That's what strokes his ego. What you're doing is stroking the ego. Is he picking you? Is he picking you? And if you are so bold to if you are so deluded to think that the answer is yes, what has he picked you to do? Who are you? What's your title? What he picked you to do? What you got bragging rights about? What's the brag? Let's hear it. Let's hear the brag. What were you picked to do, Miss Pick Me? Who are you to him? Matter of fact, call him. Call this nigga. Call this man. Sir. Hold on. Hello? Hello? First of all, is this an actual emperor? Yeah. Ask him. I got him on call. It's the least you could do. Ask him. What are you to him? What did he have you do? What did you win? What were you picked for? What's the win? What's the victory? What's the competition about again? Hello? He said, who? I'm gonna call you later. Click. Y'all be competing. What's the prize? Two of Earth. I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you. Can't We got the moon. I'm lost without. Hey, can't help herself. We got the sun and the moon. Ooh, that is a total eclipse. Four of Wands in the reverse. Someone got, I was gonna say someone got evicted out of a space, but I don't feel so. I think someone chose to let something be what it was. Someone left a space that didn't make sense for them. It wasn't a happy space for them. They felt a golden prison. Someone had a revelation. They went through an experience and they had a revelation. They finally realized maybe something that they needed to for a long time. And I don't know if you've ever tried to put them on game to whatever experience that they had, but it finally clicked for them. They finally got it. They started realizing some things. Okay, this triggered an awakening, a spiritual awakening, but it did manifest into practicality. They now handle things differently. Okay, they have a better conscious awareness of their reality. And so, yeah, they moved away from a space that didn't feel as though they were home. And wherever they went to, okay, they're feeling more at peace, more relaxed, more in tune, more as though they belong. They're able to recuperate, they're able to be within their own energy, okay? They're able to connect to God, to their wisdom. Even though it was challenged, they were in a challenging space in their life with the Seven of Air, and they rose above it. They fought against it. Even if they did it quietly, they did it. And their position in life proves that they did it. They're here because they consciously fought to be here, especially after what they realized. Someone went through an experience of karma, and this time they chose to do better. This time they chose to rise. And so the universe started responding to them and working with them from the space of their conscious mind, from the space of the intention of their heart, not from a space of their perfections or their flaws, but from the intent that they were working with and what they really wanted, what they really prayed for, and what they really meant when they said it. So we have the Ace of Fire. at the bottom of the deck. Someone is taking divine direction. They're opening up to opportunities. They're using their creativity. Their sacral chakra could be activated. They are ready. They are eager. Okay, I'm getting SpongeBob. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay? Two of water. Two of air. This is about a decision. Okay, about a connection, about a relationship. Someone could be avoiding making a decision, all right? Someone could be trying to delay a decision. Okay, so this is almost someone saying, will you marry me? And the person tells them, can I think about it? And they're serious. We have the awakening. We have the wise counselor with the awakening. Someone wants time to think about a serious decision. I think that's really responsible. Now, it could be hurtful emotionally, maybe even mentally, right? Because, it's a proposal. It depends on how they propose, right? Let's say they did it in a romantic setting and you knock the right, you knock the emotion right off of them, and your logistic mind opens up and you literally tell them, can I get back to you next week? Right? But they're in this fantastical state of being with petals and this and that, and my darling, for the rest of our lives I want us to this and that and will you marry me? Can I get back to you next week? Right? I need to think about that. You get what I'm saying? You hit them with some reality. I'm not in a fucking daze. Okay? And depending on how you react, they need to know who you are. They need to know that that's your sort of personality. They're asking to marry you. So they had to have been prepared on some mental level for the type of response that you would give them. If they're in a position where they're saying they want to marry you, that means that they know your moods, right? And, there's a first time for everything. I understand that. But yeah, you're not going to react in a way that is so unfamiliar to them, especially not in that moment. I don't know. So if someone is doing that, this could have been someone with this two of air, two of water. They could have been trying to jump the gun with that. They could have been trying to rush into marriage because insecurity. They could have been insecure about losing you to another person, or they could have felt as though we need to do this quickly so that I know that you don't change your mind. Because what is the rush? Why would you ever need to rush into marriage? So yeah, you want time. You want time to decide if this is something that you want to do, and not just that, is it something that you want to do right now within this time frame? Do you want to feel that sense of commitment? Because the marriage starts as soon as you say yes. When you put that ring of engagement on, it's already a promise to the marriage. You're already under that umbrella. You get what I'm saying? But it is the space where you get to change your mind before the matrix gets a hold of you with all the paperwork that makes it difficult to get out of a situation after the fact. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're committing yourself spiritually, you're committing yourself verbally, energetically, physically by allowing that ring to be placed on your finger. You are in agreement. You made the agreement when you put that ring on your finger. So yeah, you having the understanding of we married right when I put this ring on, from I say yes because it's a spiritual agreement. Nah, I'm gonna think on it, baby. And right? And look, they want to think. Look how they want you to think on it. He's holding her face, putting her third eye to his third eye. He wants her, whatever she has to think about, he wants her to think whatever he's thinking. He's literally trying to hypnotize the woman. He's trying to hypnotize her. He's like, he's saying, yes, you can think about it, my darling. And the whole time, woo, 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 woo. Because really, he fucked up about it. He's probably upset and trying to hide it, trying to hold on to his masculinity. He's gritting behind his teeth with this fucking smug ass face. The only reason that he isn't overreacting to the fact that she hasn't just automatically said yes to him is because of whoever her family is. He knows that he can't overstep boundaries with how he treats her because of who her family is. Okay? That may be another reason that he even wants to marry into her. He wants to marry into her because of whatever the inheritance or the status is that it would bring in. Maybe he feels a sense of ownership over this feminine. I don't know, right? How all of these men think all the time. But there's a family situation here where she's tied to, I don't know if it's fame, it's some sort of wealth, okay? She's tied to wealth. So he wants to be her knight in shining armor. Whole time. Right? The family, I'm saying wealth, but it's almost a dangerous type of wealth. So that's why he has to play his cards right. Because, yeah, he could get dealt with. It's it's understood. It's not spoken on. It is something that's understood. He wants to gain status. He wants to gain rank. He wants to be seen in a certain type of light. Even if he has his own ranking and status and money and whatever, it's a certain niche. It's a certain genre that he's trying to cross over into, or he's trying to have a blend of. And it doesn't suit him. It's not his energy. So he wants it to be his through family, through bond. Okay? He's trying to, this masculine, there's someone that's trying to force a bond with you because of how it makes them appear. It's shallow. It's shallow. It's shallow. I don't even want to say that's puppy love, six of air, because this ain't even puppy love. Even puppy love is more sincere than what this is. He wants protection. He wants to, he rather marry into the family because that guarantees him protection through loyalty. Whereas if she says no, depending on how he treats her, he could get fucked up type of shit. Literally, that's what it is. He looking for a pushover type of bitch. Go get you one of those. Six of air. The six of air says moving on. The lovers. Real love. Do, 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 do. I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. I'm searching for a real love, baby. Three of fire. Queen of earth. The strength sideways. Someone's trying to pretend as though they could offer you help. They don't have any help to offer you. Okay, so as soon as it starts, it shuts down. This is someone that tries, and before they can actually even engage, it gets closed out. Okay, I'm hearing a Venus flytrap, a lotus flytrap, 7 of water, 2 of fire. Someone doesn't have a code to get in. Page of earth. 6 of earth. 3 of earth. Someone could have moved or gotten a new, someone could have gotten a new dial pad, a new code system. Or the code on the padlock changed. That says release. Page of water. 7 of fire. I think anything beyond this point is going to be insincere. Okay. So let me just see. We have the star. We have the 9 of earth. We have the 5 of earth. Someone feels as though because you have more, it means that you should we ain't worried about how somebody feels. Especially when they can't do anything for you. Or even if they can, they don't. With that said, let's get why am I picking these up? I was trying to get the map oracle. Let's see if a love message comes out. My emotions for you are running deep. That's sideways. I'm showing you your wounds and things you need to work on. So someone could be, I don't know, they don't necessarily know how to feel all the time when it comes to you, because you can maybe be brutally honest in a way that they're not used to. But at the same time, it helps them to heal certain things in their mind. It gives them a possibility to. Even if they don't, they still start to feel more relatable to you, okay? Because of certain things that you say and that you do bring out. Even though, you know, I think sometimes they would rather you didn't know certain things, or that you didn't react, or that you weren't as strong, that you're not as strong as you are. Encouragement. But you're not someone that backs down from protecting yourself, right? What you do is out of the motive of protection, not to hurt whoever is doing whatever they're doing. You don't care about that. You don't. Here to glory, you don't. You care about the protection of yourself. So that's what you focus on. And I think that sometimes bothers persons, because even when they do things against you, your retaliation isn't about them. It's always about protecting yourself. And so it leaves them where they're at. And they were hoping that what they did would have brought them to where you're at, or moved you from where you're at and closer to wherever they are. Because again, they have to pull you. And to pull someone means that they're ahead of you or they're above you. So either way, these persons think that you're someone in a good position, in a higher position, in a further position, in a more accomplished position, and either they're trying to pull you back from that, or they're trying to put themselves in a position to ricochet their energy to wherever you're at, without them having to do whatever it is that they have to do for themselves. So yeah, it exposes their wounds. We got follow the leader with encouragement. Let's get one more. Wizard of awareness. That came out sideways. Flying. Once again. Flying above the fray. Eyes of the eagle. Let's read flying. We also got magic prayer. I don't know why, but I'm hearing somebody thought that you were going to be their magic pony, My Little Pony. You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. You are some sort of spiritual transformer. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? If you were a bird. If you were a bird. This isn't even the card that we're reading. But if you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. Whole time we're reading flying. They talking about, imagine you were a bird, but they got a fucking My Little Pony floating above a maze, right? Listen, y'all, that's the reading. I hope that you got something useful from it, okay? I hope that you were, I don't know, whatever. I gotta go, I'm tired.